Oh, hi, all you beautiful people. Did you know that the lettuce you ate in your salad at dinner last night was grown in California or Arizona? It was harvested maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was soaked in sanitizer. Maybe that was an organic sanitizer if you're into that. It was gassed and sprayed with preservatives. That may have been organic as well. Before it was packed up to begin its journey 3,000 miles across the United States, where it then landed here in South Florida in your grocery store, and then your grocery cart, and then your dinner plate. Did anybody know that? Well, I had no idea that 90% of all the lettuce consumed in the United States is grown in California and Arizona. That is until I became a farmer. I'm a farmer. Thank you. It's a profession I've come to recently within the past 3 years. It's my third career. And with that, I've developed an intense curiosity around the food supply chain or food system. And I can tell you all that it is incredibly complex. But more importantly, it is broken. And we see the evidence, it is right in front of our face. We see it in the climate crisis. The agricultural industry, food production and distribution, is a significant contributor of greenhouse gases. Farmers are dealing with an increased frequency of severe weather events. It's like a nice way of citing like flooding and droughts and hurricanes. While at the same time, they're being given the task of feeding a growing population. We see it in the fact that 30 to 40% of all food is wasted, while 12 million children in the United States live in food insecure households. It like kills me every time. We see it clearly in the standard American diet. It's sad. We are a nation of individuals that are overfed and undernourished, and it's making us sick. As a cancer survivor, that's a point that I take to heart. Now, it's in light of a basic understanding of those issues that I decided to become a farmer. I am co-founder of an indoor hydroponic farm based in South Florida. We take used shipping containers and transform them into box farms. It was the before. Here it is. So these shipping containers are outfitted with racks and an LED lighting system and an irrigation system and an HVAC system. One container produces over 800 heads of lettuce a week. Wow, right? So, and that's on a 320 square foot footprint. It's with the production equivalent of 1 to 2 acres of traditional farmland. We grow, harvest, and distribute food in close proximity to where our community lives and works and eats and plays and loves. And because all that happens local, we're not contributing to food miles. That's the term used to describe the system of transporting food all over the world. It has a devastating effect on our environment, but in the process, the food degrades in both nutrition and flavor. And by the way, you guys, it isn't just lettuce. It's apples from New Zealand, bananas from Ecuador. We could go on and on. This type of farming uses 90% less water than traditional farming. And because we're in a contained environment, there is no need to use any pesticides or herbicides. So now I look at the system through the lens of a farmer, an entrepreneur, a cancer survivor, and a concerned citizen. And what I see is incredibly surprising. The greatest opportunity we have to create a change in the system lies within individuals like yourselves. And this will require a shift in the collective consciousness. How can we change our relationship with food from that of overindulgence, instant gratification, and convenience to one of nourishment, authentic nourishment, gratitude, and reverence, respect for Mother Nature. Well, I have some ideas. Cook real food at home from scratch with fresh ingredients. Support local farmers and food producers at every opportunity possible. Realize that every time you make a purchase, you are voting with your dollars. You are sending a message directly into the core of the system. Try growing food. The experience of taking a plant from seed to maturity to harvest to your dinner plate. It's nothing short of an absolute miracle. Create a relationship with the individuals responsible for making decisions about your food. So that's the produce manager at the grocery store, it's the farmer at the market, it's the people behind the line at the salad bar where you get your lunch every single day. Understand that every time you sit down for a meal, you have the opportunity to ask yourself the questions. Where did this food come from? Who grew it? How did it get here? There's a zero-waste chef, Anne-Marie Bonneau, who has a quote in the ether that I absolutely love. She said, "We don't need a few people doing zero waste perfectly. We need millions of people doing it imperfectly." And that philosophy applies here as well. Now, it was while I was in treatment for stage 3 rectal cancer that my sister, my business partner, came to me with the idea of building an indoor hydroponic farm. And I thought she was a little crazy, but really, the idea of growing real, healthy, high vibrational food in community, for my community, with my community, was incredibly healing. And in that, I feel like I got a second chance. So now here's a second chance for you all. I ask all of you right now to bring into your mind's eye, focus, one concept, idea, action that you can commit to on a regular basis. Maybe it's cooking at home 2, 3, 4 days a week, whatever is a stretch for you. Maybe it's scheduling the farmer's market into your calendar on repeat so that every week it's a priority on your agenda. Maybe it's planting a windowsill garden with fresh herbs. Maybe you all are the key to reimagining the food system we all so desperately need. Thank you.